Three, 2, 1.
We're married.
We're a team. I'm Cindy.
Round 4.
I think we're on 5. It's Christmas week, you guys. We are very excited in our house with a little one who is definitely excited for all the magic of Christmas. And
We are here to talk about strength training.
we are. So somebody asked the question, how often should we be doing strength training?
How often do you think?
It depends.
I hate it depends.
It always depends.
It's like anytime you try to get any good information and you want the exact thing, it's like, just tell me 3 times and I'll do it twice. But if you tell me 4 times, I'll do it 2 times. But it definitely depends. It definitely depends.
Yeah. So I think it depends on how much time you have available in a week. So let's say you're training for a triathlon and you're training 8 hours a week. 7 hours of strength training a week? Probably not, because then you're not spending very much time swimming and biking and running, but an hour of the time that you have for your 8 hours a week, that might be appropriate.
Yeah. So like 2 30-minute sessions?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Yeah.
Also depends on if you've had injuries in the past. So this is a big one. So let's say, you had an Achilles injury and you need to be doing rehab on that and you don't ever want it to happen again. So you need to keep up with your PT or specific strength to make sure that doesn't, become a recurring injury for your system.
Yeah.
And then it also depends on if you are potentially an aging athlete. So we all know that we're losing strength as we get older. So we got to fight back against that as much as we can to maintain a resilient body as we age. And newsflash, everybody's going to get older.
Yep.
At some point.
Yeah. You don't want to lose that strength as you age.
Yep.
No.
So the goal, of strength training, there's several, but fundamentally, we already spoke about this, is injury prevention. And then you want to talk a little bit about muscle education.
Yeah, I think what I think about with education of strength is that you have to know how to activate certain things. And if that is your core, if it's your glutes, if it's anything that you're doing, I think it's very important that you know how to activate those things. So like when you're running, you need to know how to have a little bit of tension within your core, a little bit of tension within the glute. You also need to know how to put your hip and have it go through hip extension. And if you don't do exercises that educate you of how to have your body move through that, I think your body you're just not going to get to that fullest potential. So doing things like a simple glute bridge to teach yourself how to get through hip extension, doing some dead bugs to teach yourself how to get your core activated, but doing some muscle education things are so helpful at a foundational point.
I think that's excellent.
Yep.
So
Thanks.
back to the original question, how often? We're saying maybe a couple times a week, but you also just touched on a couple other things that maybe you're not going to the gym or doing a full 30-minute session, but some other things that are really good, like hitting your core, doing some core exercises. You can do that quickly in a little 5-minute session before or after a workout. Also doing some mobility work to make sure you have full range of motion that you need for your activities. Doing some self-care of foam rolling, using some plyometrics, some stretching, things like that. So that's all kind of part of that whole plan to make sure that your body is able to operate at an optimal level.
Yeah. And I think the last thing is when you're doing exercises is make sure they're really simple. I think it's really easy to get motivated to do a really hard, complex motion. But if for the most part, what we do as triathletes is very simple. The plane that we're moving through is very simple. So pick things that are very simple, that are very functional, that are very specific to the motion that you are training through, and stick to those and master those and just overload those sessions. Don't get fancy, keep it simple. So,
Perfect.
yeah. Hope you enjoyed this.
Great. Have a great week, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.